Hi everyone, this is Dr. Praveen Parmar once again with you at this particular show, which is name is Talk with GREENPRENEUR, and today we have someone who is very special. So we have Ratna Kalluri with us, and she is a greenpreneur, and she is doing so many things about the construction industry, wherein she is basically into the real estate domain, and we want to know more about her, how she is helping to the real estate industry, and how she has the journey so far. So let us start with introduction, and Ratna, I so that is my first question. Ratna, you please introduce yourself, and yep, so that's how we will start. Yes, please.
Hi, Dr. Praveen and everyone. Hello. Thanks for the opportunity, first of all. Yes, I'm Ratna Kalluri. I'm the founder and creative director of Rad Studio. We are into interior design consultancy, and we do residential and commercial projects, interior projects. And yes, as going green is something that is in now, but I've been working on this since that we have started our work, because I'm more inclined towards the green initiative since my childhood. And yes, we founded our Rad Studio in 2010. It's been 11 years in the industry now. And our first project, which is sustainable project that we did, was somewhere in 2014 that we started, getting into this field more and more. So this gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction when I do a green project, sustainable project. So yeah, so that's the thing that is going on. And yeah, in the future also, we would like to, take up more green initiatives, more green projects in the interiors sector. And also, yes, it contributes a lot towards the construction industry as well. Yes.
Absolutely, and so you have the amazing journey wherein you are into this particular thing since 11 years, Ratna. So Ratna, I want to know that how it was all started, and if you can particularly share something about the green initiatives which you are having the experience, or you are currently working on.
Yes. So, green initiative as such, we are, whatever that we do, whatever projects that we take up, it's like, we look at the products, the vendors. So the vendors, whoever we select, are, the good vendors who have the green rating. That is the number one thing that we look at while doing any sustainable project, or any project for that matter. It's a general phenomena for our company. So first, let me give you a brief of this, because that is the bigger picture that we are looking at always. And as you said, and as you asked, like, what is it, right now, what is the project? So as you know, people are building a lot of farmhouses, and we are doing some farmhouses. And in these farmhouses, we are looking at using the sustainable products, or one particular farmhouse that we have just started designing, and it is happening in Hyderabad. We are procuring the local material, so that we reduce the transportation cost of bringing some material from abroad, or maybe if you see this simple thing like flooring, right? Flooring, if you go for the ceramic tiles, there's a lot of renewable energy that is used to produce or manufacture these tiles. So what we go for is simple natural stone, which is locally available. You can say Tandu is very much available for us. Kadapa stone is available for us. So we are using all these natural stones, natural products, and the locally available products, so that the transportation cost is reduced, wherein your saving on the fuel, and so many things coming up. So these are the things that we are doing right now for this particular project.
So superb. And so Ratna, so if you talk about the vision or your larger goal, so where do you see yourself after like 10 years, or what is your larger goal, especially when we talk about sustainability?
So that's really interesting, Praveen. Thank you so much for asking that, because this has, first of all, Greenpreneur has again, started this spark in me, and I hope it will be very useful for everyone for refining the things that they are already doing, because we have been doing these things since a long time. But once you are, somebody is, having giving that, push again. We are so thrilled to do, start it up, or take this thing to the next level. So that is exactly what I'm doing right now, looking into the future. As you said, 10 to 15 years for Rad Studio. It's going to be as a goal, which is like, I want to do a fully sustainable projects only. That is what I would look for the future for a Rad Studio. So that is really, really because having everything sustainable, sometimes it becomes difficult. I'm being very honest. But the thing is, when you have this mental thought that my goal is to have only sustainable products, or only do sustainable projects, then you work towards it. So that is something that we at Rad Studio are going to have the goal of having only sustainable products and doing only sustainable projects in the future. So this is going to take a while, because everything is like how much the clients are aware of, right? So a client comes in and then walks in and then says, we just want this kind of wardrobe. But if as a green initiative, I can actually educate the client about, or bringing more awareness to the client that you can make a wardrobe out of recycled wood as well. Not just going for something which is newly made or something, but we can always do this. So this is what is the future for a Rad Studio, I would say.
Absolutely. And Ratna, so now that was about you. Now, what about India? Where do you think India will be after 10 years as far as sustainability is concerned? And what sort of revolution or change will India will bring for the sustainable development?
Right. So if you look at what is sustainable living or entrepreneurship, it's more about discovering things and identifying the things where you want to make a change, so that it impacts the people and also the economy. And this in turn creates a kind of increase the quality of living of people. So this is the thing that is associated with sustainability, right? And I am I was just looking at the United Nations, how they have taken up this sustainable entrepreneurship or sustainable living, or you can say their economic and social department. They have already started so many initiatives, way back in 2015, and they have actually taken up the community living, or the cities as sustainable cities, and communities as one of the aspects of their in their agenda. So when everybody is working towards it, right, the United Nations is working towards it, and it trickles down. And in India also, if you see, so many products that you come across, they have this green initiative thing, and you have the IGBC ratings, and all these things are coming up, and people are more aware of what is eco-friendly and what is sustainability, what is this, like, how we need to sustainable living into your lives. So this is a kind of awareness that everybody should promote. For example, if if I'm doing my bit, I cannot say that, hey, I'm doing my bit and that person is not doing his bit. So it's never like that. It's all about how much am I doing? Can I do more about it? How much I can, educate the others about it. And when I say it doesn't come naturally to all people, because nature is such that it gives and gives and gives. We always, as human beings, we know how to take from nature, how to, that has been the natural norm for everyone. And as you can see, the renewable energies, most of them are not, but some renewable energies are all finite resources. You cannot just take and take like fossil fuels. So it's all about, just putting that thought into each and every one, so that in the next 10 years or 15 years or in the future, we reuse, recycle, whatever that we have. And we don't have to, go and produce only the new materials. You can always make these materials more, eco-friendly or sustainable. So this is what I look at in the future, because all companies mostly are taking up this initiative, the green initiative, and they are producing goods, and everything is right now, I think, while as a consumer, you should just keep it in mind as one thought that I will go for a vendor who has a green rate. That's more than what you can do as a consumer, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, Ratna, so now, if we talk about, so you have shared so many insights about the future of India, and especially now, if we talk about the current scenario. So, according to you, how many percent, the green things are happening? So if we just let's say, if we talk about the interior. So according to you, out of 100%, how many percent people are doing according to the sustainability or considering the green?
Yeah, I think now, if you see, lots of people, they don't at all look at green initiatives. Only a few they talk about green initiatives, and I'm sure with the coming 10 years, as you said, with the our PM Modi ji, talking about these initiatives, and as you see the Azadi Amrit, yes, all these initiatives that are happening, I think they will definitely put in some kind of awareness in all the designers, architects in the construction industry. That is the main industry. So I'm just looking forward for more people getting into all these things.
Yeah, so because yeah, a lot of people are actually talking about sustainability. They are talking about green and reusability and so many things. But in practical, it is very important that everybody should actually start, and they should be eco-minded. Where when our day starts, so we think about green, and we start avoiding plastic and sort of other things in whatever ways we can do. So that's absolutely rightly said, Ratna. Now, so again connecting to that particular my previous question. The question is about, let's say, if suppose people are, so especially we are talking about you, wherein what are the challenges you are facing when we talk about the sustainability, if any.
Yes, there are challenges. You can say, starting from the products that we use to the consumer, like the clients coming and asking for something, and the workers, the people who work with these products, and so everywhere there is some kind of challenge that we have to look at. And it's not just identifying these vendors for good quality products. As I have already mentioned, some vendors are really having that initiative in their manufacturing. And next comes the consumer, the client for us, who wants whatever that is there in the market, but we making them sitting, and then a little bit of giving some cues, like we can conserve water in this way, or we can actually conserve the electricity by using this kind of maybe the fittings, the lighting, or the air quality that they are having, whatever the things that they are having. We can actually look at how we can give them the correct product, right? That will fit into this sustainable living. So that's really challenging when you are sitting with a client and then convincing the client. So it's all about, as I said, the farmhouse that we are building, we want to use only sustainable materials. Like, for example, sun-dried bricks rather than fire, the fired bricks. So here it is, you're saving on firing the bricks in a kiln, and you going for sun-dried bricks. It takes some time for the consumer to actually understand why are they talking about such things. Like, some people are like, why don't we just go with the same simple thing that is going on since so many years, right? And just putting in some steel and then some concrete and then just putting those bricks and then finish the work. So that is how they would be thinking, right? And we sitting here and then we are explaining them each and everything. It takes some time, and also it takes some kind of energy to convince the clients. And also coming to the actual execution part of it, all the workers who are working right now, I'm talking about the construction, they're all so much well versed with using the steel, concrete, and the regular brick, right? With a lot of cement in it. So, but if you look at, you can make it sustainable by using this kind of bricks. And some masons, they don't know how to use this brick, the sun-dried brick. So we going and then talking to those masons on the site, and then educating them, or bringing in experienced mason who is well versed with this technique. But you find them very rare in this. So we just have to take care of all these challenges.
Right.
Yes.
So, Ratna, usually, I have seen in your industry wherein the collaborative approach is very, very much, the famous one. And if I just talk about the sustainability, wherein, as you have said, everybody is not eco-minded still now, and people are not, convinced easily, because we have to educate them about their benefits, and, we have to consult them about the future benefits and all. Right. So as far as the collaboration is concerned, what do you think? How it is easy to collaborate with the other competitors, or the set of entrepreneurs, those who are working in your domain, wherein how easy it is to collaborate as far as sustainability projects are concerned?
I think collaboration is something which, we know that there is competition in the market. I don't say that people are doing sustainable projects or something like that, and how we collaborate is up to us. It's just one thought that, I am not looking at a competitor. I'm looking at collaboration. So somewhere, some things which they can't do, we do, or what we cannot do, they do, right? It's just one thing that we need to look at every person in this industry, because I know some very good people who are already doing these projects and they have done a lot. And we are like, we are looking at collaborating with them, just looking at, that there will be something that we can do for them or they can do for me. That is one thought that I have while talking to any person in this market, so that, we don't, go there as competitors. We go as collaborators.
Okay, Ratna. So now we have discussed so many things about the sustainability, and so now I have a few questions which is related to your personal journey, right? So, but before I jump on to those questions, I would like to ask you whether you want to add something as far as sustainability is concerned, or something which is related to SMEs or the startups or the innovations which are happening around the sustainability. Any thought? I mean, if you have.
Yeah, I think SMEs are the major part in our economic growth. They take in a major part. And yes, as you know, maybe there are some 80 to 90% SMEs in our economic, journey. And we take it up very easily. Like, only we look at the bigger thing, as when I was talking to you, the bigger companies or the large companies which are taking up this initiative. Anyways, they are going with all these things, but SMEs are the industry that the entrepreneurs should be taken into consideration. And I think we should work on how to improvise, maybe put in some awareness, and make them contribute more towards this initiative than just saying that ye to SME hai. No, you don't have to do anything about it, because they are still coming up or struggling. But yes, when you look at how they can actually mold their future and their goals and then their vision, according to this initiative, I think we can make wonders with this.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing this, Ratna. So now, Ratna, I have a few questions about your personal journey. So first of all, tell us, you know, tell us how do you spend your time outside work, and what are the activities you are doing, when you are not working.
Uh, Design is something that goes on in my mind always. So that is, I have started this 11 years back, my company, and what I do for taking off my time is I improvise on myself. The main thing which comes into my mind after my work is how to improve on what I am doing. Like, am I doing this better than last year, or 6 months, or 1 month? Am I having, this kind of thing I do to improvise on my, whether it is work or personal goals or whatever it is. I look at, how to improvise on what I was before. So that is where I look at growth. Growth is something which a human being cannot live with, cannot live without. Always, you need growth to go forward, right? So that is one thing. And yes, I do travel. I love traveling. So that is where the inspiration also comes from. We go and see different cultures, different cities, different countries, and we take in a lot of cues and how to do my work better. So that is one thing. And yes, I love to be fit. I eat somewhat healthy, not all healthy, but I try to eat healthy, and I try to exercise daily. I'm a yoga person, but yoga, and I do gym. I was into running and cycling as well, but now I'm just into fitness, and I do my gym and I do my training. And apart from that, I read. To improvise, you need to read, and then you actually learn every day. So some short courses, or whatever it is, that to make myself better, my work better. I do short courses. I take up a little bit of learning or reading a book. These are a few activities that I do when I'm not working, when I'm not in the office or at the site.
Wow.
And
So,
of course,
yeah.
I spend a lot of time with my family. So that is obviously, yes, my family has been very supportive. So yeah, I first looked at home, family. I love taking care of dogs, the stray dogs, and I have pets, dogs at home. So I take care of all these things, and then the other things come in. Yeah.
Cool. So, I mean, when you are not working, so outside your office, or outside the work, you are doing so many activities, Ratna. So now I'm taking, one specific thing where, you have repeated twice, where, you are trying to improvise yourself. So tell us something you are learning right now, and, one thing which is, you are trying to improve that particular thing.
So I was looking at my habits. Not that all habits are bad. I have been looking at my habits, whether it is eating habits, sleeping habits, or whether it is how I conduct myself, work or organize things and all these things. And I was looking at, and I came across a book which is called Atomic Habits. It's by Mr. Green, and it's like I felt why don't I we do learn, and I already learned. That is what we feel about everything, right? But this in this book, it's so well written book by Mr. Green, that everything, every habit that you have, you can start cultivating a new habit, or you can undo your bad habits and then start cultivating new habits. So that is something that is really interesting right now, and I'm getting into this kind of making good habits.
Superb, superb. Okay, now my next question is a bit personal, wherein So what is one thing which your customers or your team members, which are working with you in office, doesn't know about you? One thing which you think they doesn't know about you. Yeah, doesn't know about you. Yes.
Okay, so about me, yeah, yes, I have started my career, where maybe I think 10, 11 years back. So
Right.
you can say I started it in my late 30s. And before that, I was like, I used to be afraid of so many things that, and I wasn't confident with anything for that matter. What to say, or is this okay, things like that, and am I presenting myself fine? So many things were there. And the one thing that nobody knows is that I used to wear thick glasses, and I used to look like the, I can't say, but it was terrible. Like, with those thick glasses, and I was not at all confident, doing that. But this is what I think nobody knows about me. That was long back. So now everybody knows Ratna like this. So yes, it was a journey, and
Superb.
yeah.
Superb. So it's a great story, by the way, Ratna. So okay, now now coming to the last question, and that is for the audience. That is for the early risers, the startups or the fellow entrepreneurs. So, which is one message? I mean, what is the one message which you want to convey to the startups or our viewers?
Yes, for startups, I would say, if you're saying startups particularly, because startups, when they start a business, an initiative, it takes time, because most of the startups, they can't make it through in the initial 5 years. They're like, they're done. So I would say consistency is the main key, and being accountable, and being in integrity, taking responsibility, and looking at the progress. You acknowledge what you have done, and then you make more progress. And this is the continuous cycle that I would say any entrepreneur should keep this close to his heart. Like, every day measure the progress, or take responsibility of what went right or wrong, or improvising on it, acknowledging yourself for how much you have done or your company has done, acknowledging your the people who are working with you. And then this is a continuous thing, not just once a month or once a week that you're doing. This has to be imbibed by each and every entrepreneur into their system, so that they go on and on and on and make progress. So it's not just overnight that somebody is successful, right? It's all about you doing small progress, and then the curve, as we talk about, once that starts, it is just like the upward growth for the company or for you. And before that, it takes time. So be consistent, be patient. That is what I would tell all the people out there who are starting their businesses and want to be entrepreneurs.
Absolutely, that's a great message, Ratna. You have passed, and you conveyed. I think it will help to a lot of our viewers, and especially to the startups, because the consistency is very powerful, and on the other side, being a passionate about whatever you are doing is equally important. So it's a really great message, Ratna. And everyone, thank you so much for watching this particular video. And if you have not subscribed to Vyapaarjagat TV yet, so please do subscribe. And if you know any such greenpreneur who is in your contact and who is doing something amazing for the country, for the society, so please do share their contact details in the comment box, so that we will reach out to them, and we will interview them, so that their story will also get featured on Vyapaarjagat, and the entire world will know about them. So that's how we are running this particular show, this particular series. And Ratna, thank you so much for taking out your time, and it was really awesome, and it was a great talking to you, asking a lot of questions. And thank you so much for answering all the questions, and it was great talk, Ratna. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, Dr. Praveen, for giving me the opportunity. It was great talking to you too, and it's amazing to be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you all the success.
सपना देखें हम उसे पूरा करें, कोई उड़ना चाहे हम उसे विश्वास दे, कोई सपना देखें हम उसे पूरा करें, कोई उड़ना चाहे हम उसे विश्वास दे। जोश भरने को तैयार हम, आगे बढ़ने में राहदार हम, जोश भरने को तैयार हम, आगे बढ़ने में राहदार हम। मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान, मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान, मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान, मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान। हर व्यापार को दे पहचान, हर व्यापार को दे पहचान।